But basically, here's how it works. Sneakers Instant Got 'em is a one-time pass that allows a potential winner to select one sneaker style launching via the Sneakers app, US version only, between February 20th, 2025 and March 31st, 2025. We got a lot to go over today, so let's just get started. First of all, the SB Jordan 4 Navy now officially has a release date. Not only that, but it has an early release too, and we actually just saw another early release today. If you guys were not aware, a skate shop already dropped these in San Francisco just today as you're watching this right now for All-Star Weekend. Obviously, this doesn't apply to most of you, but there's going to be another early drop. It should be via exclusive access on Nike sneakers, similar to what they did on the Pine Green pair. But the full drop for these is going to be on March 18th, and the retail on them is $225. Similar to the Pine Green pair, you could expect these to be very profitable. They're not going to be easy to get, but the stock on these is higher than the Pine Green, but demand is also going to be higher on them too. I think most people agree that this is a more favorable colorway. Nonetheless, it's not going to be easy to get. There's a lot to go over today. One of the biggest things we need to talk about is the new Nike sneakers release method, which I think is going to become a bigger deal eventually. Right now, it looks like they're sort of just testing waters with something, but I think this is foreshadowing a potential future with Nike sneakers releases, which could end up, unfortunately, as a sort of pay-to-win system. And this is the Sneakers Instant Got 'em. They experimented with something kind of like this a long time ago with golden tickets in Europe, and it never really went anywhere. And then the old CEO kind of went out, and now the old CEO's back, and we start seeing this stuff resurface again. I feel like they do have a bigger plan with this, and they are kind of testing waters. We're going to talk more about this a little later. First, let's talk about the more urgent things, though. So first of all, we got a look at another Union. This is just a sample pair. There's no word if this pair is actually going to be releasing or not, and I'm pretty happy with how the release pair came out. If I had to choose between the two, I definitely prefer the Chicago pair, but this pair is fire too. Would be really happy to see these eventually released, and I hope there are plans for more Union colors. I know there's at least a Union Fragment collab coming sometime in the summer, so that's another shoe to look forward to. But as for these, I'm not sure if they're getting a public date, but figured I'd show you them. More importantly, though, we now have the confirmed release date. If you haven't seen my shorts yet, on February 28th, we are seeing the official drop for the Union Jordan 1. There was some speculation that it might be on Valentine's Day. It's not going to be Valentine's Day. Obviously, that already passed. But the main drop is going to be on February 28th now. That is the confirmed date. But as you guys are aware, sometimes Union, the website, does drop a little bit earlier than the main sneakers release. So that's entirely possible. I will keep you guys updated. Just make sure you subscribe and enable post notifications. And also, guys, I put a lot of very advanced tips inside of my guide on how to cop these, talking about things like how the capture works and how to avoid getting stuck in the loop. You got to really go slow around the box. We talk about the potential trivia questions and whatnot. Highly recommended you check out that How to Cop guide on my channel if you haven't already. Not only that, but consider joining Endurance, because we're going to post an early link for the drop inside of there. If you guys don't know, Union is going to drop through a new domain method release, which is great for manual users. No matter how limited a release is, it's always going to give manual users a great shot at copying, because it does a pretty good job at stopping bots. Now, this link is supposed to be a secret, but we always have it in advance and we post it inside of Endurance. That's the full group you could consider joining, or you could at least join the free group where we're gonna post after the drop as fast as we can before Twitter. But for more information on the Unions, definitely check out my full video on them. Then we got some more good news. Round the corner on March 14th, now the official release date is for the Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4 Brick by Brick. And we also got another closer look at these, and man, I gotta say, I was so wrong about these when I saw the mock-up. Now I'm seeing these actually like in good photography and with the white laces too, and seeing the material on them. Oh my goodness, guys, these things look absolutely incredible. I'm so excited to get a pair. I know they're a little loud and I don't care. At first, I was a little skeptical when I saw the color from the mock-up, but these just look fantastic. I think they did a great job on them, and I would expect them to be very profitable with a very good margin too. Next up, we just got a look at the Year of the Mamba Kobe in black. Now, unfortunately, there is no word of a public release for these, but we did get a look at them, so potentially we may see these drop sometime in the future. You know these things are definitely going to bang if they do end up releasing. They look absolutely insane. Next up, we got another New Balance collaboration, this time with Atmos, specifically on the 740. These are supposed to be dropping sometime in the next couple of months. That's all I have now, though. And a much bigger collab, which honestly surprised me when we saw the news for this. We are now getting another Tom Sachs Mars Yard 3.0, and there's not too many changes. Here's the details of all the changes highlighted. They showed them to you themselves, actually, and it doesn't look too different, but I'm mostly surprised that they're deciding to do this after all the controversy with Tom Sachs. I guess they figured, oh yeah, we'll just wait a certain amount of time, kind of like what they did with Travis, and then they'll resume things. Because, you know, the demand is there. I personally don't find the shoes that interesting. I don't think they're that great, but they're going to be extremely limited, so you could expect them to be extremely profitable with an incredible margin, even though retail is a whopping $275. They're dropping sometime in September of 2025, and of course, I'll make a How to Cop guide for them. Next, Ye, formerly Kanye, has just announced that Yeezy stores are coming soon. I'm sure you guys are aware by now everything that's occurred. We don't need to talk about it. There's no need to talk about it, but the website did get shut down by Shopify, and he did announce that new stores are coming soon. So it's not the end of Yeezy products. We do still have more to see, I guess, but it's not going to be dropping on Shopify. Then we got another New Balance collaboration, this time with Dover Street Market on the 991 V2, coming in mostly all black and gray. They're dropping sometime in the next couple of months. Honestly, nothing too exciting here. More exciting would be the classic Flu game now having a release date, which is just around the corner on March 1st for $200. Like all Jordan 12s, I'm not expecting these to be profitable, but there is a ton of demand for these, so I am expecting them to sell out. Don't sleep if you want a personal. They're absolute classics. And maybe if you have no tax in your state, you could find some people willing to buy these locally, make you a couple dollars in profit, build up some credit card points, but that's about it, really. I'm not expecting them to be profitable overall. And then we also just got word of another Soulfly Jordan collab, this time on the Jordan 3. We don't know what they look like, but there is word that they're dropping sometime in holiday of 2025. Now, finally, we need to talk about what this new sneakers Instant Gotham is and why it's such a big deal. So this first one that they're doing right now, in my opinion, is a test run. I think they're testing waters to see how something like this goes. And right now, it's just exclusive to the Bay Area events for All-Star Weekend. But basically, here's how it works. Sneakers Instant Gotham is a one-time pass that allows a potential winner to select one sneaker style launching via the Sneakers app, US version only, between February 20th, 2025 and March 31st, 2025, which is the Sneakers Instant Gotham offer period. Potential winners will be required to provide their full name, email address, and other necessary information to be awarded the Sneakers Instant Gotham. Offer is only valid for Nike footwear that is visible in the Sneakers app US region and has launch date during the Sneakers Instant Gotham offer period. Consumer must request the desired product 3 business days before the sneakers launch. Requests for in-stock product will be determined by sponsor in sole discretion. No returns are accepted. So the biggest takeaway there is the fact that the way this is going to be working is that you have to request it 3 days in advance, which means they're going to remove that from the total stock that is going to actually be dropping. So there's clearly a thought out logistical way they're going to be going about this. They know that people are going to be requesting the shoes that are going to sell out. And I think they just want to see how this goes technically, for one, and two, to see how people like it, to see if people support the idea. And I think over time, as they focus on exclusivity, especially in 2025, knowing the damage they did to the brand when they overproduced everything, I think they may have just discovered a brand new revenue stream, which could be something along the lines of a pay-to-win system where you could sort of purchase the Instant Gotham passes, and maybe they'll even make those limited too. I think this is just the beginning of what we're about to see, and it's probably not a good thing overall, but before they try anything that's pay to win, I'm pretty sure we're going to see this scaled up in just a free way. So Nike's probably going to do more of these in free ways where you could just enter sweepstakes, and some people who get lucky just for engaging with the Sneakers app and Sneakers events will get lucky for free. And that might go on for another year, but after that, who's to say they're not going to start experimenting with charging for these Instant Gotham passes? I think that's definitely possible. It's another way they can make money from their exclusivity. So that's just my prediction where this might end up going now. But as of right now, it's not something that's affecting the greater landscape. But that's all I do have for you guys today. Make sure you subscribe for further updates. And remember, we're going to post the early link for the Union drop inside of Endurance. You can feel free to join with the link in the description below. And at the very least, make sure you check out my full guide on it because I put a lot of useful tips on there. The video is on my channel now. I think I made it like last week or so. Check it out before the drop and good luck.